Hi, it's Matt here from Go Green Auto. So here we have a rather special Renault Kangoo van. Obviously fully electric van, and this is a Maxi van. So the Maxi van is the long wheelbase van, so you get a sliding door on both sides. You get that much extra in the wheelbase. And this is a ZE33, so it means it's got the 33 kilowatt hour battery pack. The battery is owned, so there's no battery lease. And these are good for about a range of 130 miles in the summer. So I say this is a rather special one because I have never seen another Kangoo in the spec that this has got. This has got every single possible extra on it, which is very rare in the vans because when people, or companies generally, buy or lease vans, they take the standard base spec. You know, most electric Kangoos don't even have air conditioning. So this one has got an awful lot on it. I suspect the only one of its kind. So firstly, on the outside, it's got the metallic paint, obviously, metallic silver. It has got painted bumpers front and back, and these panels are painted. Very, very unusual on the electric. I think this is probably the first one I've seen. It's got reversing sensors on the back. It has got painted door mirrors. We've got fog lights down here on the front. It's also got a sensor up there on the windscreen, so it's got automatic lights. It's also got the alarm fitted as well. And then behind here, this is obviously your diesel filler cap on a diesel model. All the electrics, this is just blank behind here. Still has the door, but nothing behind here. But here we have a filler cap. And this is because this one has got an auxiliary diesel heating system, and what that means is in the winter you can burn a little bit of diesel. It's got a small tank to generate the heat, so you're not using the battery pack to run the heating system. And what that does is retains your range in the winter, because heating uses an awful lot of energy, and with all EVs your range is less in the winter, partly because of the cold but mainly because of the heating. And having a auxiliary diesel heater, you're not going to lose that range in the winter. So it does then produce a bit of emissions, but nothing like an engine, of course. This is just heating the water for the heating system. And then on the inside we've got Renault rubber mats. I've never seen these mats before. This one's also got a storage box in the middle. Again, that is very rare. I've only ever seen that on some of the very earliest electric Kangoos in 2011. We've also got overhead storage, again very rare. I've only seen that once on a Kangoo. And then what's really nice, we've got a leather steering wheel. Never seen that at all. Really does improve the feel of the vehicle. We've also got cruise control and speed limiter. The switch is actually under there to switch it on, and then the buttons to control it are on the steering wheel. And if I just switch it on, we've got the stereo with Bluetooth, nothing unusual there, but we've got air conditioning. That's pretty rare on the electrics. And then up here we've got the screen, so if I just turn it on, we've got the R-Link system. Let me just turn the volume down and select done on that. And what this gives you is sat-nav, DAB radio, but more important, if I can get to the menu, learn how to use the buttons, we can go round to vehicle. Now I selected the wrong one. Let me just go back. Of course I'm not used to doing this because none of them ever normally have this. This is very similar to what you'd have in a Zoe. We've got charge schedules, so you can schedule your charging period to an overnight time to take advantage of cheap rate electricity, and that's something that you've never had on a Kangoo, and having this R-Link system introduces that. So we've also got Android Auto on here, which is just amazing. That does the phone mirroring, so it means you can use Google Maps and OK Google in your vehicle. And we've got automatic lights, as I said, and I think that is probably it. There may well be some more things which I'll put on the website. Being a newer van, this has also got the front audio audible system that plays a tone out the front when you're driving below 20 miles an hour to warn pedestrians and cyclists that you're coming. That's something that all newer EVs have to have. You've got a switch down here. If I just open the door, you can turn it off at any point, but it always defaults to on every time you start up the engine, will start the motor as it were. And then we've got switches here, speed control, speed limiter and cruise control. This is your, I'm assuming this is your diesel heating. This turns off the front audible system, and this turns off your parking sensors. And then we've got your stereo controls behind the steering wheel there. So yeah, really nicely kitted out. I've just never seen a Kangoo with anything near the amount of kit that this one's got on it. I bought this from a Renault dealer. It was their own vehicle they used for delivering parts, so they just obviously ticked every single option, and I suspect this is a unique vehicle and there isn't another one out there like it. So just quickly say, down here we've got an eco switch, and that dulls the power of the motor and it allows you to extend your range a little bit. For normal driving, I keep them in eco all the time. The only time you might want to take it out of eco is if you're on a dual carriageway, because that does limit your top speed to 56 mile an hour, I think. Cigarette lighter there. We've got two cup holders, but because we've got this centre console, you get a raised cup holder here, and this huge bin. It is absolutely ginormous. And obviously glove box there, not particularly big, but big enough to put the manual in. We've got USB here, and the SD card slot which runs the sat nav, and then of course this overhead storage. So yeah, very nicely kitted out. And while I'm here, I will just show you, so the logbook, no previous keepers, so only the one keeper from new, which was obviously this Renault dealership. And registration date is the 1st of the 3rd 2019. So long warranty on that, on this. All the details are on the website. We've also got all the manuals there as well. So everything in terms of warranty, servicing and everything like that is all on the website. And lastly, the mileage, 8,902 miles. So now let's talk about condition. Maybe you've seen my videos before and you'll know I point out every little stone chip, mark or scratch I can find. I don't hide anything, there's absolutely no point, and that gives people the confidence to buy the vehicle without coming to view it first, and most do, and then I can deliver these anywhere in the country. So this is just a cracking condition van. There's really only a couple of very small things to point out. I don't know whether I forgot to say, but this has got painted mirror caps as well. I can't remember whether I mentioned that. So firstly, a little bit of curbing there on the plastic wheel trim. These tend to stick out and always do get that, but very small and minor, and it is just only a plastic wheel trim. There's absolutely no scratches or dents in the bodywork at all, apart from this little one here. There is a tiny little dent just there. And that you might be able to get a dent guy to pull that out, but it's so small that it's not worth doing. Looking round the front, there's no marks on the bumpers, which is great because this has obviously got the painted bumpers. It's just all pristine. I have also cleaned it and waxed it, even waxed the roof. So the only other thing to point out is just down here. It's obviously had a little knock on the front here. There's a tiny little scuff there and a little mark there, and the top of the bumper has sort of pinged out. It's quite a common problem on Kangoos and Renault Zoes as well, because the wings are made of plastic. It's all hugely flexible, and so is the bumper, and these aren't fixed very well along here. They rely on the headlight, hooking in under the headlight to sort of hold it all together. So if there's any deformation at all on the front bumper, which you'll get if you have the slightest little parking knot, they do tend to pop out here, and it's very difficult to make them stay back there. And that's it. The rest of it is just in such lovely condition. The other thing I'll quickly show you is we've got the charging cable there, type 2 to type 2. It's all ply lined. Let's just go round the back. And it's all just really nice condition here at the back. One tiny little dent there, really small, 1 millimetre. What that is where the wrong door gets slammed first, and if you shut this door over the other one, that latch there hits it, and that's going to happen on all vans. Common issue. I don't know why they designed them like that, but anyway, they do. So yeah, really clean and tidy. It's obviously been used, but all ply lined. We've got the toolkit there because these do have a full-size spare underneath. which is great because most of the other electric vehicles don't. Yeah, so it's really clean and tidy. While we're here at the back door, we can see the badging down here, ZE33. ZE means zero emission, 33 kilowatt hour battery, and there's the I. And an I on a Renault means it's battery owned, so there's no battery lease. And just continuing down here, absolutely nothing else to show you. It's really immaculate. Let's just quickly talk about the charging. The charge port is at the front here, and it's an AC Type 2 7.5 kilowatt charger. So these don't have DC rapid charging, so you don't get that quick 20 to 30 minute charge. It's typically an overnight charge or top-ups throughout the day. So they're no good for the really long distance driving, because a charge is going to take you 4 or 5 hours regardless of what charger you plug into. But these have got the bigger battery, so they have the longer range. So if your daily range is within that sort of 130 mile, or if you can do top-ups while you're on site, then they're just great. And of course you can charge these on a 3-pin plug. I can supply a portable charger, often called a granny cable, and I do a free loan of those. So with the vehicle you'll buy the cable, means straight from the off you can charge it on a 3-pin plug, and then when you get your wall charger installed, then maybe you don't want to keep it and you can return it to me and I'll give you a full refund, hence why it's then a free loan. But many people end up keeping them because they're very useful. So if you're out on site during the day, you can plug the van into a normal main socket and probably bring it back up to 100%, and that extends your range, of course. So very handy things to have, but ultimately you would want to get a wall charger installed. Those typically cost around about £500, and you get a government grant of 350 quid towards the cost of that, and then you're looking at about £500 is what it will finally cost you. So all the other details you would want to know on the website, have a look at that. Also there's the photo gallery where you can zoom into detailed pictures of anything I've shown you and have a really good look. And this vehicle's ready to go, so if you're interested, do give me a call or email, and I can deliver these anywhere in the country, and it will come to you on a flatbed or a trailer, and it will be fully charged and ready to use.